Hello, I am making a church fan for a funeral. It's my aunt's funeral. I created this design in Canva. And you want to make sure before you create your design, make sure you have the proper measurements. Like this fan, I have it at like 7 by 7 inches. So I made sure that my design is actually larger than the fan. If I could get this up. So the design is about, that I printed out, is 7.39. But the design that I used in Canva, the custom size was like 7.5 by 7.5. And when you actually upload this in a Word document to print it out, you can resize it. I resized mine to 7.39. But make sure that you're leaving enough space at the top and the bottom and on the sides, so that's nothing is hanging over the edge of your fan. And then at the bottom, the fan has like a little hole where you're right here where the handle is going, so you don't want the words to end up getting cut off. So be mindful of the spacing with that as well. And I'm ready to actually press this, so I'll take my fan and I'm going to just line it up. Make sure you get it as centered as possible. See, I got a little hair or something. And be mindful as well that nothing's like on your fan, that it's as clear as possible, because if you got like a little hair or something on it, it will mess up your print. So that's how I would lay it down. Remember, the picture is actually going to face up on the printer. So I'll show that to you in just one moment. To make sure you're in alignment, I like to take a peek from like the side. I gently lift it up to see if it's on the hole or not. And so far it looks pretty good, so I won't really bother it too much. Same thing for the top, which is fine. It's not too close to the edge. You see where her turban is? Yeah, make sure that it's not going to get cut off. And you're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Now you can put a little piece of sublimation tape just to hold it in place. And we're ready to put this on the heat press. And this particular supplier suggests 300 and at least 300 and I think it's 56 degrees Fahrenheit at least, for about 50 seconds on each side. So that's what we're going to roll with. So here it goes. Nothing. I have loaded it on my heat press. And I got this heat press from Amazon. And I'm going to cover it with some paper, but be very careful. Come down. And it's going. Although the instructions said 50 to 60 seconds, I'm opting for 50 just to see how it turns out. And if the image isn't as crisp as I want it, I'll increase the time. Alrighty, it's time for the reveal. So remember, I have tape at the bottom, but this is how the image turned out. And you see where I was talking about that hole. So if you had brought, if your lettering didn't have enough space, it would actually get caught up where this little hole is, and then it wouldn't look right. Okay. And that is one side of our fan. So the only thing we have to do is put our other image on the other side. And I have about 40 of these to do. Okay, this is the other side of the fan. This is the design I created. And this is a mother and two of her children. This is my grandmother, my aunt and uncle. My grandmother passed away first, my uncle, and my aunt just recently transitioned, so I thought it would be nice to have them all on the same picture. I'm just lining this up, and I'll do the same thing and add a piece of sublimation heat tape at the bottom. Alrighty, I folded the paper that I used earlier, as you can see, the sublimation. Do not put your picture on top of that, okay? Find another clean blank space to put it on top. And remember, your picture or your paper should be at the top of your heat press, not the bottom, because it gets more heat from the top. 356 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 seconds. Alrighty, my 50 seconds is up. And this is very hot, so be careful. And that is the image. And I still have the tape at the bottom, so I'm gonna have to take it off. Alright, I wanted to show you something. And remember I told you to put the sublimation tape at the bottom? Well, I did, and this is what you could get sometimes. You see that? But I'm not too worried about it because the handle from my fan is actually going to cover that up. So it won't be a big deal. You can actually press it without the tape initially. But you just have to be very careful because if it moves in the heat press, you could have like ghosting or even like some sort of like double print. Yeah, it'll mess up your print, but you have to be very careful with it though. This is the handle for the church fan. I ordered this off of Amazon, okay? And it opens up, although I can't do it right now, but you see that? You're just going to open that up and slide it over, and it just snaps. It holds in place. Don't do too much. Don't break it, but just enough to slide it in here. I'm trying to do this and hold my camera, but you can see this is how it starts. You're just going to slide it in, and I need both of my hands, so I'm going to pause this though, but this is how it looks initially, and then you'll just keep pushing, sliding it in. Sorry about that, but now I'm free. And this is it. Like, don't bend it too much, but just enough, open it enough to slide in. All right. Now you see where the handle sits? You could still see 1951, September 14th. If you wanted to, you could raise your letters up a little bit higher if you wanted to, so it would be completely out of the way out of this clear piece. But it's no biggie to me because it's clear and you can actually see through. I would be concerned if it got on this hole. I would not like that, but here we go. And that is our church fan. Try it out.